it's crazy because I was going to mention that, and then I just for whatever reason was like, well, no, like maybe I'm tripping, like maybe recording just comes up on my end, you know, and I just didn't mention it. So welcome back, everyone. Episode 30. What is this? Three,
Mm-hmm.
four, three?
33. 33.
No, I thought this was four.
It's 33.
34.
It's 33.
All right. Well,
Last week was 32.
was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm tripping out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, welcome back to Unlaced
Why
podcast
do I fucking
episode
do this? Why?
number.
Why?
Now we had the fire intro too.
It was great. It was so great.
All right, guys. So in case
Okay.
in case you guys are wondering why we are a little out of why we're missing some emotion, is because we started this episode and failed to restart recording. We made it about 15 minutes in, and then yeah, Chris kind of had like a little like I thought Mans had a headache, you know, and then sure enough we weren't recording. So welcome to episode 33.
Not recording at all. So now I got to do that intro. I apologize, Gabe. I'm so sorry.
It's all good,
I
man.
really apologize. This is ridiculous. Okay, we're recording. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 33 of the Unlaced podcast. I'm your co-host Chris. This is my host Gabe. We are here. I'm so upset that I have to do this whole intro over again because I really like the intro. But I want to thank everybody that is listening on all streaming platforms. I appreciate you guys. Everybody that is listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, or Anchor. Thank you guys. Please make sure that you guys rate this podcast 5 stars. That will help us grow and help us be pushed up in algorithms so other people that also like sneakers and also like hearing us talk can hear our wonderful podcast. To all our viewers, thank you so much for watching us. Please make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Before you guys do anything, if you guys are listening to this now, stop what you're doing. Please subscribe to the channel right now. We really appreciate that. Um, I do want to thank everybody that's watching and listening, and I definitely want to thank everybody that's watching and listening outside the country. We do have 2 listeners in Australia
My people down
that
under.
I've seen. So I want to thank you guys for listening. If you
Yep.
guys are avid listeners, if you guys are one-time listeners, we appreciate you guys. And anybody that's listening from anywhere else in the country, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also, for you, Gabe, this is for you. I want to thank you because we have eclipsed 3,000 views on YouTube
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
officially.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
Shout out to YouTube for
on
giving us a
our way up.
participation award.
Yeah, basically,
Milestone.
basically. Damn,
Don't
that
worry,
sucks.
bro. Plaques coming. Plaques are coming, bro.
We gonna
Our
we gonna
first.
we gonna
We
get
got a little
that.
three. We got a 3K unlaced plaque coming up right now. We just put the
Hey,
order in.
see, there we go, there we go.
A little
But
little play.
I'm gonna hang it right. I'm gonna hang it like right over my shoulder so everybody can see it. And then
Next week, you're just gonna
as
see a
time
piece
goes,
of paper on there.
yeah, as the time goes, I'm just gonna cross out the number every time we hit another 1,000. um, thank you guys for joining us. I really appreciate it. Gabe,
What up? What up?
how are you doing? How are you feeling? How's life? How's everything going on
You
your end?
know, I had a really great intro the first time we recorded, and
Hmm. Hmm.
this time around, I'm just, I'm here so I don't get fined, kind of thing. Like I'm just, man, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. That.
And I'm
Um,
mad because I can't even clip in anything that happened that we said before this.
yeah, I
That's what's
know.
annoying. It's like I can't even show you guys like the energy was here,
Hmm.
then it just kind of came down because we got
You
to do it
know,
all over again.
you know, but it's
Um,
all good. We only had made it to the first question of
exactly,
the thing. So once we get past that first question, the
man.
energy will come back up.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys.
So yeah, we catch back up with ourselves.
Hmm.
Okay. So to start off, I want to give you guys on our last week's episode that we did with Miguel.
Yep.
Thank you again for Miguel. He did it back to back with us. So
Pardon
please
me.
check out both of those
Hey,
episodes. Shout you out Miguel.
Miguelito.
Uh, we we're talking the Ann Herbert, former VP of Nike North America, story had dropped. So we
Mm-hmm.
came on here, talked about it. We had a great conversation with Miguel. If you guys want to hear our conversation about that as a whole, please go and listen to that. We really appreciate it. But we're going to talk now because Gabe, you had brought up a question last week about should Nike issue a statement on
Mm-hmm.
what happened. Since then, we haven't really got Nike statements at all about anything that they did. Everything kind of just goes, and then because they either release something that week that's really fire or something else happens, they're
Mm-hmm.
able to kind of just skate by without having to basically speak on what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, the weird thing about this situation is it's somebody of their own that they said wasn't doing wrong, based off of their investigation,
Mm-hmm.
and also it being tied into a very prominent thing that's happening in the company now with the consumer.
Yeah.
So CEO of Nike, John Donahue or Donahoe, however you guys
Mm-hmm.
want to say it, whatever you guys feel, that's your prerogative.
Mm-hmm.
Came out and he spoke a little bit on the situation, and so I'm going to read some of his quotes. They're very short, so don't expect like these long drawn out things, but here you go. This is him talking about the Ann Herbert situation. This is one of the quotes. There's no value more core to who we are than the trust of our consumers put into us and our brand and our products. And the fact of the matter is, the incident has sparked questions in some of our consumers about whether they can trust us, particularly around launch products. And that was talking about that was people's raised concern about having Ann Herbert's son being a top reseller and having so many shoes on release day
Mm-hmm.
of a high value shoe release. And it started to draw questions in is how the sneaker app inventory, what does it look like when it comes to like, is he just buying a bunch of bots? Because all the stories had jumped around of, he had bought a bunch of bots. Miguel had brought up the great the theory that his mom was just letting him know where everything was going, and so he was able to kind of plan ahead of like, okay, I know all the places I can hit to be able to get
Mm-hmm.
the amount of shoes he was getting.
Mm-hmm.
And so they spoke on that, and so then talking about the app in itself, here his quote is, we've been working on anti-bot technology for the last several years. That is a part of the solution, but we need to double down on our efforts. And that's just speaking directly to the concern from the consumers, us who go out and buy shoes every week and catch L's every week and feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's no chance for us to win. So I wanted to ask you, Gabe, with Nike now making a statement, they did it literally a week from the events. How do you feel about the statement? How do you feel about what they said about the anti-bot technology and them now doubling down instead of it being, that was a main concern from jump. It's, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
now that shit hits the fan. Now we're definitely going to work on it. How do you feel about all that?
Um, First of all, I think he's my boy Donahoe is
Donahoe.
lying like a rug.
Okay.
All right. Um, like a straight up rug, like an Aladdin rug, bro.
Mhm.
Like he just flying and then another lie and then flies and then another lie. He's
Mhm.
just flying, trying to bring to us this whole new world where it's this bot technology. Now it's baloney, bro. Whole bunch of baloney going on. Um, but I guess I'm appreciative of the fact that they're acknowledging that people are upset.
Mhm.
So you can't backtrack on that portion of the statement. You're
Yeah.
already acknowledging that you're aware that that your consumer market is upset.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't think they really are putting efforts to stopping that part of the game.
Yeah.
Nor do I even think that where like companies are even in a position where they can really put like a wall there, like a cyber wall,
Mhm.
um, to combat the bot portion of the game. So do I believe them? No. Um, do I think things are going to change? No.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, bro. It's just I don't. I mean, I think they did what they had to do,
Mhm.
um, given the position they were in. But because we got to this point, actions definitely need to speak louder than words here.
Yeah.
And I think it just time will tell whether or not, they that there was real meaning behind that statement.
Um, before I get into mine, what do you think? And I know that there's really nothing because like I'm with you on the I don't think really anything does change when it comes to the
Mm-hmm.
app and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think? And put yourself in at the Nike table. What do you think change looks like for them?
Um,
Because it's hard to tell on our side where we don't really know what goes into that and what that looks like and the ins and outs of that. What do you
mhm.
think their change for them looks like?
Well, like I've been doing my own little homework or whatever on how to like run a bot,
Yeah,
and a lot of work goes into that shit. Like a lot, especially if you want to be successful and really cash in on a lot of pairs without like let's say people paying for the service. Because when you
yeah,
pay for a service, that individual gives you their Nike account information,
yeah.
and you sign into their stuff, and then you run the program on their behalf.
Hmm.
If you don't have people like that, then you have to buy like people. There's sites that sell brand new Nike accounts with made up emails, all those like, but like already set up.
Hmm.
And then there's other sites that sell IP addresses. So you literally need to buy all these IP addresses, and you need to buy all these accounts, and you need to put them together, and then you need to run different payment methods, different shipping addresses. Um, so a lot of work goes into it. So like for example, if you're just a one individual and Nike blocks out your IP,
Hmm.
um, you know, Nike might be doing that, and Nike might be telling us that's their effort, but on this side, that doesn't stop anyone.
Yeah.
Like you can just buy a VPN, you could buy another IP, like you can. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. So what I think they're gonna do, I mean, I really don't know. The honestly, the only thing I can think of is going into like a confirmed app. So confirmed, it's like a raffle,
Hmm.
just like every other app, like a Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, all that. And you sign in, you put in your raffle, and that's it. A couple of days before the release, they let you know if you were picked or not. Confirmed does the same thing on some releases, and I think Nike should really implement like a raffle system,
So
um,
just like
just
the
like they were before.
well, even just like because even now the what is
And
it the early pass that
yeah,
they do like
yeah,
just
that
spread
something
that
like
as
that, or like on some releases on release day, it's a draw,
mhm.
the draw.
Yeah.
Um, but I think if they just had a thing where you have a week, an entire, couple of days before the week of the release, just I don't know, man. It's so tricky, but at this point, like I guess that doesn't really solve the problem either because you can just have a whole bunch of accounts
Yeah.
that enter that draw. So I don't know, man.
I
It's tough.
I like because so I'll start on my initial opinions on uh when I heard
I
when
just
I read the
I just unplugged myself like Goku, bro, from the
oh, there
hyper.
you go.
It felt weird, but I'm here. I got motion now.
Yeah.
I can move my head.
See, look at that
All right,
flexibility and
all right,
everything.
all right.
There you go. Now you
More, all right.
loose.
Okay, all right. Let's go.
Yeah. My thoughts on when I first read his statements and everything.
Mhm.
Because I don't know if I mentioned it, but their internal reviews on the Ann Herbert situation had come back that there was nothing that ethically she was doing that was wrong
Mhm.
with her and with her son and having connection to her son and his business, anything like that. Nothing on their end, like the investigation itself, picked up anything that was wrong. And I'm going to take for face value because in these situations I can only take what I know of a company, and I know
Mhm.
Nike has very deep pockets and they have
Mhm.
a lot of different resources. I don't think that they went through this investigation and were they weren't uh well, I want to say lazy, but they weren't lazy in investigation. Like, I'm pretty sure that they, turned over every stone that they possibly could
Mhm.
to make sure that everything was on the up and up on their end.
Mhm.
I don't think when they come, so when that happens and they come back and say, yeah, nothing ethically was wrong, everything was on the up and up. She told us about it in 2018. We didn't find anything wrong then, we didn't find anything wrong now. And then to say, well, yeah, there was certain things about it that we should look deeper into. I feel like you can't, like, I feel like you kind of try to throw the blame off yourself and just say, well, yeah, no, it was just, it leaves for speculation that there was stuff that she didn't say or didn't,
Yeah.
because even in the thing it just says like there were certain things that weren't disclosed to them. And I feel
Mhm.
like that's a cop out to say, yo, yeah, this was her fault, she didn't tell us everything, we
Yeah.
just didn't find it. And it's like, no, you're Nike, you should have did your due diligence. Like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you guys could have found out all the information, just like how Twitter finds out stuff within hours about people's background and where they grew up and where their families work and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure you,
Mhm.
Nike, that have billions of dollars in the bank, could find out if her and her son are doing something
Breaching.
that's breaching, her contract and the company policies.
Mhm.
And now you kind of just come out with this, well, yeah, we wish she didn't step down, but we can't really, sorry, kind of thing. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not, for me, that just seems like you guys just, it seems like every single time something like this happens, you guys are just ignorant to what's going on. And I feel like that's impossible when we have Anika on the show and tells us how a release goes, and like, you have to have a Nike account. And it's not something that's not nothing that major, but at the same
Mhm.
time, like, that's something major enough to where you can have your stores that are responsible. Like, yo, people that don't have Nike accounts aren't leaving with a shoe.
Mhm.
So you're telling me that you can't figure out more about a woman that's your VP?
Mhm.
like that seems so weird to me. But then switching over to his comments about the bots, it's like that. I'm with you. I didn't see anything like, you telling us now that you're doubling down means that you guys weren't
Like there
trying to
wasn't an
fix it.
effort
You
for
guys
those
weren't
six
fixing it in the
years,
first
you
place. Yeah,
know?
like, you guys were
Yeah.
just
It was
whatever.
a back burner issue
It was until you guys show up to the front door, we're good.
with
Like,
the
there's
with the with
nothing.
the yeah with the
We've released enough stuff in the
mhm.
past to where,
About to burn this bitch down is what I
yeah,
really meant to
exactly.
say, you know?
Exactly. Like, until people show up with the pitchforks and all
Pitchfork,
that stuff,
yeah.
it's like they're like, oh, we can survive. Like, nope, we're gonna release a retro of something that
Mhm.
hasn't released in 35 years, and
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
gonna be happy. It's like that. And so don't think I'll say this, I don't think anything's going to change. So I'm with you,
Mhm.
I don't think anything's going to change. But I
Mhm.
also want to ask you the question of like, what has changed for them? I think it's nothing that we would be able to see. I think it's still going to be L's after L's after L's, and questions of how are we going to beat the bots. I feel like it's going to become one of those things where if you don't have a bot, good luck.
Mhm.
If you do have a bot, still good luck, but you can win 3 out of 5 releases,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
If you
I just
don't,
want one out of
yeah,
five.
if you don't have a bot, you'll be like, yeah, you'll 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10. And even then, it's gonna be, you might not even get your size. You're gonna still have to do like a size swap with somebody else like that. So I'm very concerned. I kind of want to sit back and see what the future holds. And I feel like this is kind of like a cop out answer to kind of be like, well, we'll just wait and see.
Mhm.
I just don't have, when I look at my initial thoughts, is I don't have a thought on how this turns out, like how this turns out for us as the consumer, as the sneakerheads, the people that are in that push their business and push this culture. I
Mhm.
don't see where we win, and I definitely don't see where we sit there and say, okay, this is great. This is a great change of event. Like, we love this. Keep it like this. I'm all for, like you said, with the confirmed app, but I think just like they do the early pass, like for the early pass for the ones and all that stuff,
Mhm.
I feel like they should just do that in general. Where if somebody, like, I feel like for me, it
Yeah.
would feel less sketchy if you were like, yo, go into the drawing. Here's the drawing. It's completely out of your hands on a Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, trying to have a computer, a phone, your mom's phone, your cousin's phone
Mm-hmm.
working at the same time, trying to get a
Mm-hmm.
W,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just saying you waking up to, you got it, proceed to checkout, kind of thing. You were selected. But I've like we had when we had a great conversation with Jazza Ray and Sneaker Fetish
Yeah.
on Twitter,
Twitter. Yeah.
and she was talking about how like everything is kind of like you, or was it her or was it him? There's somebody in there talking about bots and like how it's becoming a thing of like even Gen Z and everybody that's younger than us is just kind of like giving up hope and just saying fuck it, we're doing all bots. That's the only thing we're going, and learning how to do bots and learning that if you don't know how to have a bot or use a bot, you're kind of asked out within the next year.
Yeah.
And I I see that is the truth. A lot of people are getting into computers and getting a lot into coding and stuff like that, and all these different things, and realizing that there's a crazy amount of money in sneaker bots.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there willing to pay $150 for for a bot to be able to get a shoe
Well,
that's
that's
two
the
hundred and fifty
thing
bucks.
too. I don't know if it was like in a spoken conversation or if it was like a tweet thread.
Mhm.
But someone had did a like rough guesstimate of like just the capital necessary to really be effective in having a bot.
Yeah.
Like bots aren't
Yeah.
$150. Like
Oh
that's
no,
how much.
I'm saying like
Yeah,
to pay for somebody else to use their
yeah,
bot.
yeah.
To
You
yeah,
could buy someone's add
yeah,
to cart service
yeah.
for like $150, but buying an actual bot
I think it was a tweet because I think I seen the same tweet.
yeah, they go tweets go I mean tweets bots go from like 400 to like $3,000,
Hmm.
really just depending on it. And like people resell bots too.
Hmm.
Like a lot of the people who initially sell the bot only sell a certain amount,
Yeah.
and then some people resell those bots. um so it's just crazy, like really the capital needed. If you don't have good internet, you need to buy a server.
Hmm.
And then you gotta like there it's just it adds up real quick.
Yeah.
um
Somebody broke down theirs, and they said it cost them 2,500.
yeah, so it's like
So
you
yeah.
have a lot of money tied up and a lot of money continuously circulating.
Hmm.
So if you don't have the money to allow it to sit for a certain amount of time until your profits start turning over, then that could hinder you more than anything, having
Hmm.
all that money tied up. So it's because so many people are willing, it's driving the market for the bots too.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, everyone's gonna have one.
They're about to be obsolete.
Everyone wants to run one. Like
Hmm.
just really the only solution that like can be kind of, I guess, would really make the biggest impact is upping production. But even then, like that just means more bots eat. But like, I yeah, man, I don't know. And that goes into another part of that same exact conversation that we were in that room.
Yeah, because you can't, because like you said, you can't up production because yeah, then that means more bots eat to the point, because you to be able to make it to where people that don't use ATCs or anything like that to get their shoes,
Hmm.
the production like that'd be way too much to the point where now you're I, well like you will in reality you're hurting the sneaker market in itself,
Hmm.
because now instead of a shoe being one of however many, now it has to be one of 2 million or 3 million.
And those aren't even bad numbers, bro, because the 20 the 2012 Brad 11s,
Mhm.
those production numbers were like a million. The Jubilees were like a million. Like a lot of those numbers, I guess, maybe hurt initial resale value, but that shouldn't be considered hurting the sneaker market. You know what I mean?
How and I'm very ignorant to this because I stopped paying attention to production numbers. How do they still like do they still do for each shoe that they do, or at least for like more of the high value shoes, do they still release the numbers of how many are being released and then like exactly where it's being
I don't.
scattered?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure that's information that you can find.
Because
Um,
I haven't seen it much over the last, like, I want to say like
well,
three,
that
four
so
years.
I mean, fuck it. To go into the beginning of that room, like the initial conversation was how, and this is something I shared in my story and
Yeah.
something that FBCC also talked about. Devlin, um, he said that companies are feeding into their market and saying that you know, your brand is only cool if your shit is selling out, kind of
Mhm.
thing. And for Nike, it's crazy that even them, like, they would use these tactics, but when you look at their shoes, that's exactly what they're doing. They are feeding into the market. They are giving us what the hype wants, but to like not just enough to keep people wanting more and more and more. And it's so crazy, like that it really is happening. What's happening right now with the dunks, because they were talking about the dunks.
Mhm.
What they're doing with the dunks is really just a fucking guinea pig experiment to with the market, and it's so crazy to see us react like it, and then Nike taking their analytics, and then now all of a sudden, Virgil's next, the 20, quote unquote, supposed to be nothing but
Yeah.
dunks. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just shitty because when you really look at it, like the history of the Nike Dunk,
Mhm.
those early colorways that were named after schools
Yeah.
is because that was the intention of the dunk. It was supposed to be a uh fuck, what did they call it? I forgot what the program was for these college campuses and Nike and things of that nature. Um, it really was to kind of give some of these schools an identity.
Mhm.
So like now it went from like, bro, us growing up, Nike Dunks were on the shelves all day.
Mhm.
There's so many colors you could pick from, so many colors going on sale. They had like fucking Marvel characters that were
Mhm.
unofficially licensed. Like
Yeah.
they had early on Jordan 1 through 4, I think, of Dunk retros. Like they had a shit ton, um and it was like it was an inline shoe, like that they wanted it to be accessible, and it got to the point where the market became saturated and that
Mhm.
shoe just went on to sit. So Nike stopped fucking with it, and now here they are bringing it back, and now they're fucking with the market because they want it, everyone
Mhm.
wants it. um yeah, man, so yeah, I kind of went on a
Oh no,
tangent
you're
there.
good. That's
Yeah, I
good.
went on a tangent because they're either not producing enough for their own manipulation, or they can't overproduce because then resellers and bots eat. So we're somewhere over here in this
Yeah.
gray zone. Um, my bad. I didn't want to give you all this little Z right there. My
Come on,
bad.
see.
I mean
Mm-mm.
the little V. My bad. But yeah, bro. There's just no winning, I feel.
Yeah. I would say I would hope that in the like I think we are like I think like you said I think we're in that gray area where if we look at it a as a consumer of just being like we're not doing ATCs, we're trying our
Mm-hmm.
best just to kind of win on our own and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, trying to find any different avenue of us being able to find a shoe, whether it be
Mm-hmm.
StockX or any other platform that's not in the, in the big three. It's kind of hard to it's I think we've kind of like, all right, we're anything anything more or less hurts the
Mm-hmm.
people in the middle because
Mm-hmm.
if they say they do more production, now more bots eat to the point where now we're still asked out because
Yeah,
now
like
it makes
our probability does go up with more pairs, but that also means that the
means
bot's probability goes up and they eat more too.
and if you see that, that means more people are going to get ATCs to be able
Mhm.
to make up for it, which then we end up in the same exact position a year, 2 years from now.
Mhm.
If they lessen it, of course that just makes it way worse because now bot prices go up, ATC prices go up, resale value goes through the fucking roof, and we're sitting here, 2 years from now complaining about resale value on shoes that for no reason, and then have to sit here and say, well, we sat here, we lost, but now we have to still pay extra $15 over retail because somebody decided to clean house on champs, and
Mhm.
now we're asked out.
Mhm.
I didn't know that, because I got these at the West Covina Mall. I didn't know that the Carmine Sixes. I thought everybody cleared them out.
Mhm.
Come to find out, there were still places that still had them. The cool gray threes.
Mhm.
Why I kind of figured that, but they're sitting whatever. But you still have places trying to get 280, 290, 350 for the Carmine
Mhm.
Sixes. And it's like, I walked in and got slapped in the face by him. Like, oh, well, that's
I
a
mean,
dub for me.
yeah, I mean that, and that's part of the footwork that needs to go in as either as a regular consumer or a reseller. Like, it's really how bad do you want a shoe at
Yeah.
what price? Do you want to accept it as sold out and pay someone the extra 40? Or do you want to go look around and drive around for an hour or two or
look
three?
look at Miguel, his whole breakdown of what he does on shoes that he wants and like what his
Hmm.
day is like, and him breaking
Hmm.
down his day, and it's like
So it's
that's
the same thing here, and
yeah,
it's just we're in LA, so definitely the best like advice I would give is, my bad, um to go more inland as opposed to east or west.
yeah,
To go
yeah.
more inland, go east. Go to fuck man, I forget what mall is it that way.
Montebello,
No, 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 like east, like towards San Bernardino.
or like Ontario Mills.
Not Ontario Mills. It's another mall. I think it's with an L. And yeah, I don't really remember which one it is, but early on, like back in the well, not back in the day, but like a
Mm,
few years ago, that mall would always be like the one that would always have the last few pairs in almost
mm,
every release because it was so far out that only the locals would buy and it would still be left over.
yeah.
Um, man, I forget. It was at least like an hour in.
I
Um,
like near Rancho or Upland.
yeah, somewhere up in that
Oh, okay.
direction.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't
for
remember. I don't know the
maybe
name of the mall. Okay,
a bit like south as
South.
well.
Yeah,
But
like between the 60 and the 10.
yeah, just in that fucking
Yeah,
nowhere,
yeah,
no man's land, where
yeah,
none of the Angelinos want to move to.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down.
I think the best advice we can give people is um the closer you get to LA, way harder to find this
Yeah,
shoe.
the less likely you are.
Um I found the Carmine Sixes at the West Covina Mall.
Mhm.
Um that and the I even told you, like, even up here in Palmdale, there's the threes are sitting, which they're kind of pretty much sitting everywhere, honestly.
Mhm.
Um but they pretty much still have shoes sitting for at least a day or two, not like long, until like the kids, clear house and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
um, West Covina, Ontario Mills, I wouldn't recommend because it just gets crowded as hell in there. Um, and that's kind of everybody's first go to. But yeah, like San Bernardino, try some of the, like, Montebello Mall is probably like your best bet. But even Montebello, they don't
Mhm.
get much. So that would have to be like, if you're going on a hunt, that would have to be like your first stop if you don't hit on the apps.
I was also going to say, and something that came to mind while I was talking, um, check back in with your local shoe boutique, man,
Hmm.
because one that comes to mind is Blends.
Okay.
Um, I think Blends isn't on many people's radar as big as they are.
Mm,
And then I also think that many people rely on a shop's social media.
mm,
And the reason why I bring up Blends is because I feel like I haven't seen them as active.
Mm,
But that's not to say that they're not getting the releases, that people still aren't going to them, that they're not selling out still. Um, but like that even when things were open and active, I still always felt like Blends was a overlooked stop in LA. Um, I mean, I get it's hard to go to a shop in LA because it's not like you can just park anywhere and hop out
mm-hmm.
and hop back in.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit more effort just in the
Yeah,
parking,
definitely.
just in the parking. That's why it's always good to have someone with you.
Mm-hmm.
They hop out, you figure it out, and by the time you're back, or before you even park, they let you know, like, hey, we got a dip. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
Um, but
Which I
that's
really
an
like too. I really like
yeah,
that when you like this. There's certain place you go to, and like the people, like they know the way your energy's coming out the car. They're like, yo, don't even get
yeah.
your hopes up. It's
Get
not
the fuck
here.
out of here.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
Or I've also seen a lot more places just really just fucking writing on a piece of paper and
Yeah,
putting on
put
their
it on the
door.
door. Yeah.
No more Jordan ones, which is
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous, bro, because it's not a sign or something that we would have seen growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But now stores literally get bugged so much that they just say gone, like they write
Yeah.
on their door before you even walk in. Um,
But does that and this I don't want to I don't want to like try to nitpick at stuff, but do you feel like that hurts like the sort of camaraderie that comes with you and your local stores? Because
not
like
necessarily.
for me it feels like because like with Chic at Santa Anita, that was I would go to Chic, yo, we ain't got it, or I know some dude down the street, or I think Foot Action still has it, and like you
Mm-hmm.
end up getting these relationships with the managers and the workers that work there, and they'll let you
Mm-hmm.
know from jump, like, yo, yeah, such and such has them, or we don't got them, or there might be some returns, by Monday,
Mm-hmm.
check back in, call back, whatever. It's like that. And like that became a thing. So when you go there, you know these people by name, and it's like you'll be able to feel. But again, I don't want to nitpick. I'm just saying, like, I
Yeah.
always
No,
wondered,
I
does that
think it
hurt?
doesn't really hurt anyone. Especially like these chain stores, these franchise, like you're not losing out on anything by simply turning away people who are
Mm,
only looking for one thing, you know? So if you can, save some energy by telling people ahead of time, then fuck it.
mm,
Um, it is what it is. At the end of the day, those people are just coming in to, like I said, just coming for that one shoe, that one
mm,
thing, and then they're out. If you don't have it, they're not invested in you either. So, um, I think it just helps navigate things quicker.
mm. I
With
think it's
with
because I'm a talker, so I feel like more like,
no,
yo, I want to be able
100%.
to.
I'm social as fuck too. So I feel
Like I
like
want to
even
go into my undefeated and be able to for them to be able to tell me like, yeah, no, it's not here, but I know such and such still has them, or
hmm
we shit. I've had going to store and people were like, yo, I'll sell you my pair. And even if I'm not interested in like paying resale for it,
hmm
still just like being able to have that ability to speak with them and just kind of talk with them or talk with people that are in the store and shit like that. Like I always feel like that helps. And
I
it
think
it keeps from having situations in the future where
yeah.
if something goes wrong, at least like, nah, these people here are cool.
No,
I'm
I
not about to
get
turn
you.
up on them.
I get you. But like I said, I just think it's just to help better navigate. Like, there's such an influx of people looking for certain
Hmm.
shoes that, as a store, you just need to know how to better manage those people away.
Yeah.
Um, and like that goes back into the same fucking room we were in,
Hmm.
where Jazare was talking about her and her son,
Hmm.
who, like,
He
if you
wants
take,
Jordan ones.
yeah, real quick, like, she mentioned how her son wants Jordan ones because that's what's hot, that's what's in, that's the
Hmm.
hype. She mentioned that it doesn't matter which one as long as it's a one.
Hmm.
So that is a small glimpse into what we already know or expect, that people just want this shoe to fit in.
Hmm.
I mean, if you're a kid, it's great. You
Yeah.
you see it, you think, this is what I need to do to have more friends.
That's how we were when we were
Yeah,
in school.
exactly.
Yeah.
Not even
Yeah.
tripping. But that same logic applies to adults
Hmm.
and young adults and adults who want to make money and this and that. So like it all goes back to just having all those extra people looking for this damn shoe. Um, I guess you can say, annoyed these employees
Yeah.
to another level
Hmm.
where they're just trying to help their sanity too. Maybe
Yeah.
they just don't want to deal with the people calling every
Yeah.
5 minutes looking for a Jordan 1.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, shit. I I just recently went through that with a worker at the Grove,
Mm. I
where
was just there today.
I kept calling every day for the hyper no Vapor Max, no, not Vapor Max. What did they call this new model?
Which one? The
The one
Evo?
that, yeah, the Evo Max,
I don't think it's called
the
Evo. I don't think it's Evo Max,
Evo
but it's like it's the Evo.
Hyper Evo, Hyper Evo. I think it's Hyper Evo. Well, I was calling, for a
Mm.
week, for not a week, a couple of days, and um, every day it sounded like it was the same fucking girl. I hated calling because I never thought I could get anyone else, and it got to the point where like she just was like, no, no, just giving me no's,
Oh yeah,
and
it's the
then
Vapor Max Evo. Vapor Max
yeah,
Evo. Yeah.
and I'd give her like, bro. Even one day I was like, when are you guys going to release your inventory? I know you have them. I even got to the point where I was like, the system says you have three size 11s. Like, I need to know when these
Yeah.
are going live. Um, and yeah, it got to the point where it's just a no, and um, it got to the point where one day I called and they released them. They're like, oh, we put them out an hour ago. Now they're gone. And I was like, you little bitch, like, really, dude? Like 5 days of calling, and
Yeah.
but I can imagine me being one person. There's probably a whole bunch
Yeah.
of other
Yeah.
people too
Yeah.
doing the
Okay.
same thing.
I feel that. I feel that.
Is that your doggaroo, bro?
Yeah, he's. I just put his little tag
Uh,
on his collar now because I broke the clasp that was holding it, and so now he has it. So now he's just banging it against everything that he can get his head next to. So I think he's doing it on purpose to be annoying, but that's that's
sounds about right.
yeah, he hates me.
He's definitely aware of what he's doing.
Yeah, he hates me right now. Um, so speaking
What up, dude?
of quantities and just this conversation, I think this ties perfectly into. I wanted us to talk about because we said we kept teasing it that we were going to talk about it, and I think this is like the best time. Uh, Giving our thoughts on their respective sites that we're on, Soul Savvy and Sneaker Knockers.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to kind of give a comparison, well, not a compare, well, yeah, kind of comparison for people out there, which make your best judgment on what you would want to join, um, but give a breakdown on our experiences with each prospective platform and what our thoughts are, what it offers, and then we can kind of come together and just kind of um, break down the things that we like and don't like about
Mm-hmm.
each platform,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of be able to give people, because I'm sure there's people that don't know, and Soul Savvy is kind of doing this media push where they're putting themselves out there, doing interviews like that. So I know people are seeing it, and I've gotten a couple people ask me about, is it is it legit, is it worth paying for monthly? So I thought, why not, let's give our opinions on it. And yeah, so
Okay. So, which one do we talk about first?
um I think we can start with Soul Savvy.
Okay.
Uh, we'll go with lesser price to highest right now,
All right.
basically.
Okay.
Um, so I'm on Soul Savvy.
Yeah.
If I'll put the logo and all that stuff here, so that you guys can see. But I'm on Soul Savvy.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Savvy is a platform that is for the sneaker collectors. That is its market, is for the real sneakerheads that want to preserve sneaker collecting and kind of shun the resellers and the people that are doing this just for monetary value. That
Uh-huh.
is what they hang their hat on. That is what they market to, and that is their thing. So I will start this. It's called Soul Savvy. It
Uh-huh.
is $33 a month for their
Is that
platform.
monthly, or could you pay the year and it'd
You
be
could pay the
less?
year. You could pay the year and pay. I think it's 25% less if you pay the yearly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 25% less.
I'm
Uh,
just gonna do some math real
yeah,
quick.
do it.
Just
And
some
so
math.
you can pay but monthly is $33 a month. What it offers is basically if anybody it's
It's
in
$99 off if you
there you
pay.
go. And so it's on Slack, which if anybody doesn't know what Slack is, if you guys know what Discord is,
Mm-hmm.
Slack is just literally a remodeled version of Discord, basically.
Okay.
And so they have their own app. They do have their own app, and they also have their own website. If you're a member and you've joined, you can log in. They have a members store, which you can go and they have shoes that they put up themselves. They also have do clips, so they'll do like reviews on shoes. They also alert you of any drops for the weekend. I will say, before I go any further, their drops announcement is laggy as hell. Um, it doesn't alert you. It alerts you one by one of each shoe that's
Uh
dropping
huh. Uh
that
huh.
day and that weekend, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't let you know until it's a few hours after of the drop. So it kind of is you'd have to know ahead of time and be in there ahead of time to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's don't take that as a knock because that's usually with any app. A lot of apps are just kind of late. They kind of lag it with the alerts, and it depends on who's getting it first. It's just like a newsletter. You can set out a
Mm-hmm.
newsletter for 3 o'clock, but sometimes you might not get it till 3:30. Simple and plain, but whatever. Um, you Slack, on the other hand, is literally just a message board where it has different rooms, and they're all built on either helping people win on drops or finding things for retail or less. If you are looking for something that has ATCs or ways to inform you on, basically the reseller side of
Yeah.
sneakers, this is
Yeah.
not the platform for you. They shun any resellers that try to basically get over on people. They will send you a message that says such and such username has been banned for reselling. So just know, don't go in there trying to be like, oh yeah, I have these cool grade threes for 450. You will get banned immediately, and they don't do refunds if
Mm-hmm.
you get banned. Um, little, I can even run down some of the rooms for you guys so that you guys can get an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my Slack at? So,
Slack
uh,
is slack slack.
these are some of the rooms. I'm gonna name them off. Raffle discussions. So
Mm-hmm.
raffle discussion is basically speaking on any raffles that are coming up,
Mm-hmm.
information on certain raffles, when, how, if you have to do it in person or if you can do it online, stuff like that. They also do have rooms for people that will send you links for raffles. So literally, this is a community of people that are just trying to help everybody get a win. So if I know the champs and Palmdale is doing a raffle separately, I will put in there, hey, Champs Palmdale address. They're doing a raffle in store along with the Champs website doing a raffle just to help you out. And so they'll put the link of the Champs raffle as well. And then, of course, addresses like that.
Yeah.
Any stores that do US shipping, they have a specific room. It's called Raffles US. It's a
Mm-hmm.
specific room for people that it does raffles that will ship through the United States. So even if it's a store that's in New York that does raffles, they will ship to you in California or wherever you're at. So it's
Mm-hmm.
basically trying to help you get as many wins so you could be able to kind of put yourself out there as much as possible, if it's available. They also have a room for sale for retail or less, which is
Uh-huh.
it's in the name. You can buy shoes in there. So a lot of people will sell shoes that either they hit twice on. So say they bought a shoe, they got a shoe on raffle, and then end up finding another one in the store. They'll usually like, hey, for retail plus shipping, I'll sell this. So a lot of times you can find like you can find a shoe that's on release that maybe it's not like a super high value shoe, but maybe something that maybe you wanted that you
Mm-hmm.
lost out on, that you could
Mm-hmm.
be able to get somebody that's willing to just pay retail and shipping for. So basically just as if you want it on the app, which is
Okay.
really dope. They will literally delete your post if it's like, yo, 250 plus shipping. They will delete the post because it's not, that's less than that's over retail. Um, Really dope. I would say for me, they have also have like a what you wear today group, so you could kind of like post what you wear. It's just kind of like the hashtags on Instagram.
Like a social media
Yeah,
aspect to
it's
it.
literally, they have like discussion boards. People, if you're looking for something, you can put it in there, and people will be able to help you find it. If it's some, usually what I've noticed is a lot of people, if you're looking for something and you know it might be over retail, they'll personally message you and just be like, "Hey, I got this, but this is how much I'm charging for it.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do that." But for a lot of times, a lot of people
Can
there
you get
are,
in there and ask for some Travis Scotts for me, dog? Cause your boy's struggling, bro.
yeah, there are people
Oh,
that, put in there that are looking. So so here's some, the most recent, just an hour ago, somebody asked for 2016 white cement fours, size
okay,
12.
okay.
And just ask for reach outs. Somebody's looking for rookie Jordan 1, size 11,
Hmm.
stuff like that. And
Okay.
a lot of times you'll see that people don't put how much their budget is, because they know that they're probably gonna have to pay over retail and they don't want to get banned.
Hmm.
So it's that little way to wiggle around it. Um, so if you're in the market for a platform that is kind of built to help you win, and like they have actual rooms to help you uh get a better chance at winning on the apps. So they'll like give you like a little class. Like they have like actual video breakdowns of like, this is what you do with your computer. If you have a certain whatever computer you
Okay,
have,
that's
if you
pretty
have a
dope.
Mac,
I like that.
Windows, here's how to, enhance your chances. Like you should be going on Google Chrome if you're going to be doing a raffle, whatever, stuff like that, to help, whatever way of winning. So it's really dope. They actually, it gives you like a breakdown of your course, like which,
Hmm.
if, of learning how to beat the system, basically. And so it'll be like you've watched one of 10 courses, and they'll give you that, and that's on the app. And so then in the So Savvy Slack message boards, it's kind of just a wide open field for people to just kind of, be able to communicate with people that are like-minded, that don't want to have to, deal with StockX or deal with eBay and stuff like that, trying to find like, yo, I might be able to find my grail for
Hmm.
retail and not know it, because there's somebody out there that ended up hitting twice on a shoe that they didn't know they were going to hit twice on. And you end up seeing that a lot. You see a lot of people saying, yo, I hit twice, so whoever wants this is a size 11, if you want it, hit me up, kind of thing. So it's really dope. It's 33 a month. I will say this, for me, and because I want to cut it short, because I can kind of go on and on about this. um my only The only thing I would like, there's a couple things I don't like about Soul Savvy.
Hmm.
One of them, of course, is I would say the price. I feel like $33 a month is a little high for
Hmm.
what it's offering, because in the same breath of me saying you might be able to find your grill, it's like that a lot of times you're finding, like on the, the retail or less board, or retail or sales board, or whatever, boards where people can sell,
Hmm.
you're finding things that either you can walk into a Nike and find, or you're finding things that maybe you could beat resale value on, but they're used heavily.
Okay. Okay.
And so that is a lot. That's the issue for me, where it's like, I'm paying $30 for this, but I'm still not finding anything, I would say, of value. But take that with a grain of salt, of knowing that this is not something where you're going to be able to just walk in and somebody's going to be like, yeah, I got 17 Travis Scott ones. Here's one for 200. That's not this platform. So don't go in expecting you're going to be able to find some Bread 11s for 250 and be able to just
Okay.
skate by. Like, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
But I would say, do understand that if you want this is something for like maybe shoes that have dropped in resale and people are just trying to get off their hands,
Okay.
or you just being able to find some really, hidden gems that people slept on, and you could
Hmm.
probably get them for less than retail, or for retail. And
Hmm.
so take like a let's use the threes for example. Threes sell out immediately on Sneakers app. You would think, oh, well, now I got to pay resale, and everybody's of course jumping to 350. That's where they're going to set the market at, and it's going to slowly come down as the day goes on, because people are noticing, oh, they're just sitting here. Oh, they're here. this would be one of those places where you would go if you're paying for this immediately. You lose on Secrets app, go straight to Soul Savvy. Go to
Mm-hmm.
Slack, go to Retail or Less, and um, I am 95% sure that you will find at least 10 people with willing to pay retail for it, because they were maybe using a different site and used ATC to get the shoe and end
Mm-hmm.
up hitting, and then did it on their own just in case they lost and end up hitting, and they're like, well, now I don't want both, I just want one. Hey,
Yeah.
yo, I got a dub, who wants it?
Yeah.
And you'll be able to win that. So I would say take everything, take the dislike with a grain of salt, because this is not a place that you're going to get a bunch of, top tier
Uh-huh.
shoes. It's not going to happen. This
Okay.
is for mid tier and lower.
Okay.
Some top tier, but only top tiers that are not going to go high on resale.
Got
The
it.
what the fives were all over this,
Mm-hmm.
all over this platform. Everybody was just trying to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say, take into account, if you're spending $33, just know you're not getting DS breads, not
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
You're gonna get, and if you do, they're beaters, or they're heavily used, and you would have to do a lot of, use a lot of elbow grease to get them to look, clean. But you might find some W's. You might, but
Mm-hmm.
don't hold your hat on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think for me that's it. I do recommend this. This is somebody, like, for me, this is a
Mm-hmm.
really, I like using it because it helps me find things like in my area, because there's a lot of people in LA that use this. So I would definitely say, if you're not like a if you're not like a heat seeker, this is something for you.
Okay. Okay.
So
Like average consumer type
yeah, average,
base.
like, because me, I'm not going for like the top tiers and stuff like that. Like, I don't really, it doesn't really bother me. If you want to find some, like, some Air Maxes for cheap, or some Vapor Maxes for less than retail,
Yeah.
shit, if you want to get like some, nines, or like, because me, I'm not a ones person, so I'm not looking for the ones on this. Like, they'll have my sevens, and they'll have my
Yeah.
sixes, and they'll have, like, there were some infrared sixes on there for 210 that
Okay.
I was going to, but they were 11 and a half, so couldn't do it. But there's a lot of stuff out there that you can find. I would say
Mm-hmm.
use that if you're going to use that, but also use like a StockX or eBay in tandem with it, just to possibly catch a dub. So that's my long breakdown of Soul Savvy. Check it out, all that stuff. Link will be in the bio, all that.
Um, Sneaker Knockers, I would say, is the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Shares a lot of the same elements,
Yeah.
but if you use a really good gauging of like mid tier
Mm-hmm.
consumer, low end, top
Mm-hmm.
tier, I would say Sneaker Savvy is definitely on the top tier side. So Sneaker Savvy, I right now is $40 a month.
Mm-hmm.
To my knowledge, there's no discount for paying ahead or
Yeah.
whatever the case. I don't even think that's an option. I think it's just monthly basis.
Yeah.
Um, I got in when early on, so mine I pay $25 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and literally just by like a month or two, I made it from 25 to 40,
Mm-hmm.
just based on how heavy the traffic was getting and all the
Mm-hmm.
new accounts or whatever. Sneaker Knockers is definitely, if you're like, before anything, I want to say that either my suggestion or Chris's suggestion, whatever route you go, it's still going to require a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
I think these
Definitely.
platforms require a lot of effort if you're spending that money.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just spend the $30 to $40 and expect to just your phone tell you, okay, this shoe is live. Click here to buy. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like that at all,
Mm-hmm.
at all, at all, at all. You still need to put in effort. You still need to read. You still need to make connections. You still need to do all this and that to know really what you can do with your app. Um, but Sneaker Knockers is definitely, I think, the place you want to be if you're looking to make some sort of connections, learn from people who do
Mm-hmm.
resell, learn from people who do use bots. All of these things are there. There's different channels. So Sneaker Knockers is Discord based.
Mm-hmm.
So you use a Discord app, and then you have your channels, and then so on and so forth. Um, they have everything. They have legit check channels where you just submit photos, people help you out. They have every size, like 4 through 5, whatever, like sub channels with
Oh, they
for
do.
sales.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so
dope.
yeah,
Okay.
so every like they have the for sales channels, but then they're broken down by sizes.
Mm,
There's no regulation in terms of sale, in terms of how much,
mhm,
but there's definitely some people looking out at times. Like just recently, I messaged a guy for some dead stock Fire Red Fives, the Nike Air Retro from like two
mhm,
years ago. He's basically selling them to me for retail plus ship. Um, there's different kinds of bots, like I mentioned. There's different kinds of. Block is hot, y'all. Wheezy at. But but like there's different types of, like I was saying, bots. There's different types of monitoring services. So I'm also learning that there's, aside from bots, you can run programs that simply monitor.
okay.
Yeah, dude. So it's a trip because you can stack programs. Like I could buy a monitoring program and log in with my bot program and put the two together. It's bro, I'm telling you,
Sheesh.
like there's so much going on because a bot comes with a lot of these things, but a
Yeah.
monitor program could probably like amplify it.
Mm,
Give it more sites to run or
yeah.
run whatever the case may be, bro. It's like putting your bot on steroids basically. Um they offer, the best part is the early releases. So this is where the cheddar needs to be brought if you want to play the game. I'm talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 months early on some of these shoes, bro. To the point where you literally, like, if your mission is to establish yourself as a reseller, make connections, grab clientele, consistent clientele,
Mhm,
people who are willing to spend and come to you to have shit first. Sneaker Knockers is definitely a place to look, where it's it's a place to go to if you're looking to be the guy that sets the market.
yeah.
If you're looking to be the plug for people who have the money, Sneaker Knockers is definitely a great resource because they offer these things months in advance, with a authenticity guarantee. um they eat, their shit ain't cheap,
Mhm,
but they they encourage you to still buy because they want you to go out there and eat too,
yeah.
kind of thing. Sometimes they have bulk deals where you're not paying retail, but you're paying under the market and you still eat. It's a lot of money to be made in that Discord,
Mhm,
but you have to have the capital, and like I said earlier, you have to implement yourself. You have to put in the effort. They have channels in there that monitor other things. So they have a one that's called miscellaneous flips,
mhm,
and they just throw shit in there like, hey, this product is on Walmart. This is what it's selling like on eBay. Hey,
mm.
this product is on Target. This is what it's selling for on eBay. Like little shit that you wouldn't even probably consider.
That's dope.
Probably some toys from this kid's line that's still popular since Christmas, still selling for fucking $50 over retail or whatever the case may be.
Mm,
It's really like a reseller galore, in terms of still being to satisfy your personal needs,
mhm,
but also go out there and I'm not a businessman, but I'm a businessman,
yeah.
kind of thing. Like
That's what's up.
you could definitely make some cheddar in there. They have services that it's called a reseller university.
Mm,
So they teach you like different aspects of the game,
mm,
buy now, sell now, hold.
mhm,
It's pretty cool, man. Just recently, I asked them if they plan on doing a class for stocks. Same logic, same mentality, just not shoes.
yeah.
Um, there's different channels in there to chop it up, talk general, different channels to talk shoes, to
Mhm,
talk sports, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of social interaction in there. um and it's just really like, if you're about that interaction, that socializing, that money spending,
mm,
that wanting to flip and resell, and it's just a hub for all of those things.
Yeah.
Um, for example, I can tell you like I was in there earlier today. They were selling Fragment City Pack Dunks.
Hmm.
And those are supposed to come out at the end of the year almost.
Yeah.
Like they were selling Supreme Dunks early for like $900, which is market now. But if you would have bought them, 3 months ago, you could have made $300-400 on top of that
Mm.
by selling it to one of your clients or whatever the case may be, or someone on OfferUp or whatever the case. But yeah, man, it's just a really, really, really well put together little baby monster
Hmm.
that is just there for your taking and to use in however manner you wish.
Yeah. That's is there anything that you don't like about it?
To be honest, not really, bro. They sell boxes, mystery boxes.
Oh shit.
They they offer things to better your social media interaction.
Hmm.
Um, they offer discounts for whatever the case that they partner with.
Yeah.
Like right now, they have a discount on Rejuvenator.
Oh
They have a
shit. That's dope.
discount. They have a discount on um this one website
Yeah.
where you can buy stuff early.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, dude, I really don't see a downside.
Yeah.
The only thing is that it can get overwhelming.
Hmm.
So if you're running notifications on your phone and you have all of the channels open, bro, you could rack up 200 notifications
Hmm.
in half an hour or less.
Yeah.
Your phone just pinging, 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 pinging because that those monitor bots 25/8, bro. There's no stop
Hmm.
to them. Um, so I guess that could overwhelm someone if you're not prepared for it.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I would encourage anyone to really look into it if they're trying to up their game.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like you guys heard, these are two totally separate sides of the coin. Um, with the, I would say, the goal of these
Mm-hmm.
platforms are two separate
Mm-hmm.
sides of the coin.
And there's
The
more platforms too.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a ton out there, and so like, um,
Jeremy, our
Jeremy's
residential guest,
he's with us,
he,
Socials.
Soul Steels, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Soul Steel. And if I'm not mistaken, they're more tailored to just selling shit for less than
Mhm.
market.
Yeah.
Um, whatever the case may be, they're just selling a whole bunch of pairs for less than market.
Hmm.
Anything from like $50 less to like $100 less, depending on the size, and
Hmm.
that's how they eat. They resell, but they're the middle. They're in the middle to where you feel good about paying less,
Yeah.
or you could still make money if you choose to buy a bunch of them and flip them too.
Exactly.
Um, so that's what Jeremy's in for
Yeah.
the our listeners. Other
Yeah.
options.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend that do your research on both. Both have a sense of community, to
Mm-hmm.
where if you're there enough and you see, they see your face and they see your profile picture enough, you'll be able to create these connections. Um, there's, on Soul Savvy, there's definitely rooms for you to be able to say, yo, this is where this is what I got this weekend, for people
Mm-hmm.
to be able to, applaud you for any dubs that you got. There is a guy that was able to hit on the carpet SPs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He got those, and like, people went crazy. There's a, be able to check market, just to, it's a literally a room for people to sit there and basically say, yo, this is what the ones are going for right now. These are what the university ones are going for. And you be able to communicate with people and just, have that, dialogue with them of where the culture is going.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say
Fuck
for,
was that?
I don't know what that was. um and so for the people like that do, for anybody that likes to just kind of sit like you, Gabe. Like you're somebody that likes to sit and watch market and just like look at
Yeah.
the way the shoes move.
Not because I like that shit, all right, y'all.
Yeah.
Because there's shoes that, like right now, I'm heavily tracking the Travis Scott market.
Yeah, I see.
Um, and the lows just hit $1,000 DS, 1,000 to 1,200, and I had to let those go.
Mm.
Like it's just not gonna happen. Um, but yeah, not because I like to do this shit, y'all. It's
Yeah.
because mm,
um.
I can't just buy shoes and enjoy them. I gotta break piggy banks.
Yeah.
You know?
I
Yeah.
don't know. And I should say this is a quick little thing for Soul Savvy for people that want to join Soul Savvy. Um, Soul Savvy, the owner of the company, will send you an email asking you why you want to join Soul Savvy. So, because they're on a wait list, so
Mhm.
it's not you can't just sign up and you're immediately in. It's you have to be put on a wait list, and they put you on a wait list because there are a lot of people that are trying to join.
Mhm.
Um, they will email you and ask you how, like, to be able to skip the line, they'll ask you like, why do you want to join and all that stuff, and you can answer. And depending on if they like the answer or not, or if he's involved in it, he'll push you to the front and you'll be able to get in. That's how I got in. um and the owner and like the people that help run that are very vocal in the rooms, so you have direct lines to message them
Mhm.
about specific things.
Mhm.
For me, it took about 48 hours for them to respond to my question,
Mhm.
but they're very active in the room, so and like I said, they're very active, so they see what you guys are posting. They monitor everything. So if you go in there trying to be a dickhead and trying to resell and just like that and trying to get some money up, you will be kicked out immediately. So don't think that you're not going to be seen. But I will say, for people that want to kind of feel like they have a line of contact to the people that run this site, and like say if you have a complaint or a question or something like that, they're right there, and they literally, when you sign into Slack, they're the top of the thing, so you literally have to talk to them first before you even get to go into the rooms. It's like that, and
Mhm.
like read all the rules like that. So yeah, but yeah, two different sides of coin. If you're looking for something that you can, if you don't, if the resale market doesn't bother you and you're into looking for dubs and just looking for things and mid to high tier, I would say
Mhm.
Sneaker Knockers is where you should go. Like Gabe said, learning about bots.
Borderline tier 0.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And being able to, learn that side of the game and understanding, the other side of, you know, the computer side of the sneaker world and stuff like that,
Mhm.
reselling. Sneaker Knockers but if you're just a casual collector, casual sneaker enthusiast that that is not, does not really, it doesn't bother you to not be able to get tier zero and like high tier shoes every time, and you don't want to have to spend the crazy market price for a lot of these shoes, and but those
Mhm.
shoes don't really phase you.
Mhm.
Soul Savvy is a great place. They're both, they're $7 apart, so it's really based off of what you're looking for, what your needs are.
Yeah.
So, and don't think that either one doesn't offer that something in the same way. It's just the overall platform of it will determine on what your needs is. You can find people that do have tier zero shoes that you would want in Soul Savvy, but they're not there. Like, there's no reason why you should pay $33 to talk to them in there when they're gonna still end up putting you in a DM. Like, you might as
Mhm.
well just go to Sneaker Knockers, pay the 40, and have them give you the price immediately. You could just pay it from there
Yeah.
instead of yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's our breakdown. Let us know if there's any platforms that you guys like that you guys use. I will put both links of
Yeah.
both in the bio. So definitely check them out. At least read up on them. Soul Savvy's been doing a lot of media push, so you'll see a lot of advertisements for them on
Mhm.
YouTube.
Mhm.
And there's a dope interview with them and fuck, I forgot the name of the company that they were doing it for. But there's if you look up Source Savvy on YouTube, you can find one of their interviews with the owner. He does an
Yeah.
interview and talks about the platform.
Okay.
Secret Knockers, I know, I follow them on Instagram, all that stuff. So
That's the homie Mo. Shout out to the
yeah,
homie Mo.
so
I've
definitely
never
check them
really
out.
personally met him.
Mhm.
But he is from back in the day in the Facebook groups.
Mm.
It's so crazy because I think he was just randomly like one of the people that I followed or followed me,
Mhm.
and then we mutually followed each other. Um, Never did I think that X amount of years later, he'd be a guy that is working with other people to make a platform like this.
Yeah.
Um, because I don't know, man. It just not to go off topic too
Mhm.
crazy, but it's just part of like those like connections that we anticipate to make, and we really don't know who's gonna be who,
Yeah.
and to connect us to others. So it makes me. I guess what I'm trying to say is a lesson to everyone to kind of always be nice to who the people
Yeah.
you meet,
Yeah.
because you never
You
know.
never know. You never
Um,
know.
and that's just me, man. I like to be nice, and it's cool to see that potentially, those efforts can come full circle,
Hmm. Yeah, that's
especially in
dope.
the sneaker game, bro. Because
Yeah.
it
It's
once
cutthroat
you
out here.
have one person who can speak positively about you, I think it can travel very quickly, um, more so than probably someone speaking negative about you, and you know like that taking a precedence. But if someone like speaks well of you and has good things to say, um, that is enough for the next person that
Yeah.
has more juice and be like, oh, I got you then, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
um so it's cool, man. Always be nice to the people you meet, y'all.
Always be nice. Um, but yeah, so that's that.
Yeah,
I wanted to kind of go through these last two topics. They're pretty go by pretty quickly. I wanted to get your opinion. You talked about this in the room with Jazare on Twitter.
because I'm the dude.
You was a dude. Yo, I'm gonna
I'm the
tell you like
dude.
this. I kid you not. You left, and then I took like so everybody that if anybody that's watching that wasn't in the room understand that.
Yeah,
So I don't know if you knew about it beforehand before I sent you the DM.
I didn't.
No, okay. So Sneaker Fetish on Twitter had him and Jazray were like talking about doing a room. They had did it the day before, but then only like two people joined, and so then they was like, well, we'll do this more. Like they'll kind of plan it out,
Yeah.
and so they planned it out, and so then the next day they do it. I randomly just hop in, and they're just talking, having a good conversation. I hit Gabe up like, yo, room going on, check it out, like it's
Uh-huh.
really cool.
I was in there
um
real quick.
because I never heard Jazare like speak like that. So I wanted to kind of hear like her,
Mm-hmm.
hear her talk and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched Sneaker Fetish's YouTube videos like that. I really like his content. He's really dope. But we're in there, they're talking and like kind of just having these, grand conversations. The conversation started off with, the stemmy hit, Joe Stemmy hit, all that stuff. The Joe Bucks hit the accounts and everything like that. So everybody was like in there
Uncle Joe.
looking for, what was your grail that you would
Yeah.
buy with this stimulus check. And so that
Yeah.
the conversation to start off with, just people, speaking. And so then Gabe hops in. Gabe jumps up on stage, as Gabe does.
Mm-hmm.
Never miss opportunity to, be able to talk sneakers with people. And so he's running the conversation and like
Especially
he's
because it's so current to me right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of leading off the conversation, asking questions, everybody's feeding off of him. He starts getting it.
Calling me with my first name and shit.
Gabriel.
Or I was like, where does it say that on my
Mhm.
Twitter page,
I
bro?
thought it
I'm like,
said Gabe. That's why I love. I was like, wait,
yeah,
Gabriel? How they
yeah. I
know that?
was
Like, do
like,
you know him?
oh my lord.
And so, he's leading off there, responding to him. Oh, that's a great question, Gabriel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all this stuff. And so then, we're texting while we're in there. And then he, is like, yo, I gotta eat. I gotta get out of here. I gotta eat something.
Yeah, I just got
So
the. I was. It's crazy. Below backstory. I literally Chris hit me up for that conversation as I was leaving my client's house, and then like so the second I walked out their door, I'm listening to the whole
mm,
conversation, walking to my car, sitting in my car, driving to where I had to go, sitting in my car even more because I was waiting on people. Like I was just there having
yeah.
a good opportunity. So once people arrived and I had to get out the car, that's when I was like, all right, I gotta go, bro. And it sucked because I even walked up to the people still listening to it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was
And
dope.
so he leaves. And so so you guys understand, there wasn't many people on stage. Only the people on the stage were like Jazzy Secret Fresh, and like people they knew. So it was like only like
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 other people that they knew.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so they were just having conversations. So Gabe had been leading the conversation. And so then when Gabe, drops, because me and Gabe are like, I'm trying to get a question in, but Gabe is
Yeah.
just like, hey, no, let's talk about these.
I abruptly left too. I felt really
Yeah.
bad after the fact.
And so finally, well, not finally, but Gabe leaves, and then it kind of gets into like this dead air, because like, nobody wants to join on the stage, but I'm still on stage, kind of just like,
Mm-hmm.
trying to, yeah, putting my 2 cents in,
Yeah.
to the point where then I start leading the conversation now. Like, okay, I want to ask my questions. Like, what do you guys think about what do you guys think about Kanye West, and and all these different things? And so you start seeing how, like, the sneaker world is not just buying and selling and working for Nike. It's way more than that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
talking with them, you understand, like, it is a like it is a different universe than what people just go in, like, oh well, if you work, like, I'm pretty sure they just work at Nike, or they got Nike. And it's like, no, she works with somebody that does have connections to Nike, but she is so far up that people in the Nike building and the Adidas building and the Reebok building all know her name.
Yeah.
Not her working with them solely. It's just they've seen enough about what's going on with her and what she's doing
Mm-hmm.
in the community that they
Mm-hmm.
know her name,
Yeah.
and they know all these people name, and we're having this conversation with them. And so I got to ask a few questions, and then it kind of turned, it was like a podcast. It was like Gabe comes in, asks the questions, leads the conversation, and then
Mm-hmm.
Gabe leaves, and then I come in. Hey, so
Hey.
let me get my
Hey.
question in. So for literally the 2 halves of the conversation, Gabe was
Yeah.
leading the conversation, and then I'm leading the conversation. I thought it was really dope because they were, asking great questions, and then Jazzy, of course, takes over, and um, has great conversation about what she's doing in the community, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't mean to go off on a tangent because I'm so far off of what the
I'm
conversation
a
was.
lot on front, bro. I had a small fangirl moments,
Yeah.
like just thinking about like that whole experience really changed my mindset on like just how easy it will be to get that foot in.
Mhm.
Like I'm no longer. I think for so long I was trying to like, how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna do it? But bro, this is the platform.
Yeah, it is literally.
This is literally the platform. All
And
right, yeah, my bad.
I don't, like, I never like to hold on likes and comments, but like having some of the people that were on that stage and like knew her and
Mm-hmm.
were running that conversation follow me on Twitter and stuff like that. Like, for me, it was really big
Yeah,
because now that besides all this, like, of course I want them to know, like, what I'm doing is like that, but being able to have that kind of connection to be able to say, like, if I have a question, I can call, I can DM them and be
mm-hmm.
like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
and if they're not being, and like, not saying like nobody stuck up and they won't answer the question if they weren't following me, but it
Mm-hmm.
kind of validates, well, they liked what I had to say and my thoughts on what was going on in that room, to the point where they followed me.
Mm-hmm.
And like, this is before the room was even over. They're just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, hit that follow, like, yeah, I like Chris, or yeah, I like what Gabe was talking about, I want to follow him, I want to see what he has talked about, and be able to still have that, like, okay, so now when we're interacting on the timeline, there's a little bit more connection there of them, like, well, yeah, I know I like how he talks, or I like how he thinks, so I'm going to interact with him. And so I think it's the same thing with you, Gabe, where a lot of them, you could feel the connection of them hearing what you're saying, liking what you're saying, and wanting to answer that and wanting to talk more about it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot for me, like, and I've told you this plenty of times, like, talking to the people and getting people to get on the show is nerve-wracking for me, because
Mm-hmm.
these are people that I followed for so many years and thought, yo, this guy that just does a random ass sneaker podcast, they will never do it, because they're doing Complex and all these
Yeah.
different other brands like that. They would never
Yeah.
want to come on the show. And then them saying, no, yeah, set it up, let's do it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like, sure, cool. And them wanting to
Ooh.
have that conversation and wanting to talk and have conversation with us, I think it's really it kind of like pumps you, like, it kind of makes you feel a lot better in the space, like you're saying, like in the space that we're in, where it's like,
Yeah.
I can talk to these people, I can I can interact with these people and it's not that hard. These
Mm-hmm.
are the conversations they want to have. This is not like a fangirl moment situation. It's just a, yo, we want to hear what you have to say. We want to know what you want to
Exactly.
talk about.
Yeah.
What do you want to get on? Oh, I want to get the Travis Scott ones, and then them literally feeding off of what you said you wanted, and them going on this long conversation about it. It just kind of was like, yeah. So it kind of
It
sets you
definitely
in like,
helped.
yeah,
And then we had Mr. Unloved Ones in there, and I was
mm,
like,
he
"Oh,
followed me.
okay. This is
He
the kind
followed
of
me. I was like,
this is
oh,
the kind of conversations we're having. All right, this guy knows some things.
mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Oh, we're getting those. Okay.
He put his top five favorite Jordans of all time,
Oh,
and
did he?
oh, actually, because he liked,
Are you speaking well because the 13s are on there?
yeah,
Let me find. Oh my god. Let me.
down to 13s,
Oh
yes
my
sir.
god.
Um,
Man. Man. I'm gonna follow him right now. Hold on.
but he had put his top five, and so I put mine, and he liked it, and so
Yeah.
just like it's little, but it's a lot for me. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, he acknowledges, because they don't have to, but they acknowledge,
Mhm.
so it's great.
Mhm.
But one of the conversations that came up and that you actually were leading in was the Travis Scott Fragment ones.
Mhm.
I wanted to get your thoughts because you did share your thoughts there, but
Yeah.
for the brand,
Yeah.
I would like you to share your
I
thoughts on camera.
yeah, I briefly brought it up how I think I mentioned to Mr. Unloved.
Hmm.
Um I don't remember if it was him or
No, it was,
not.
it
Oh
was,
yeah, so it was he
yeah.
posted it?
The about what they look like. Oh yeah, he did.
Well, no, I don't cuz I quoted someone or I referenced someone that had posted
Oh,
the
oh, I
OG
thought you meant where you
sample.
talking. No, because he they asked a question and in response to what you had said, he had responded back.
Yeah, yeah, because he basically confirmed that,
Mm.
for us that the shoes
Oh
are
no, yeah,
coming.
yeah, yeah. What's him? Yeah, what's him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he confirmed that the shoes are coming and that we are getting the high and the low, and that the low is more expensive than, I mean, that the low is more limited than the high.
Hmm.
And then we went into like tier zero counts and all this and that and so on and so forth. But I had just brought up how I didn't like the shoe initially until I realized that it was a sample. It was
Hmm.
the same color blocking as a sample, and I was like, oh damn, that's pretty tight. Um, and he just came in there, dropping the history, confirming this, that, and the third, and really just like I got like this like historian moment where this guy's like, all right, I'm here to set the record straight kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was pretty dope. But when it comes to that shoe itself, I'm not gonna lie, it's growing on me very very quickly.
Hmm.
To go from mock up to, oh, here are pictures of the shoe, like leaked images,
Hmm.
to here's the shoe deconstructed, because there are some pictures where the sole
Yeah.
isn't on
Yep, I saw on
yet.
his IG.
Okay, then yeah, 1,000%. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So I did look at that, bro.
Yeah.
Um,
No, you were on it.
yeah, so like those pictures didn't really like have me like them, but um once we got some more clearer photos, um I really, yeah, I the shoe has grown enough on me to be upset on missing out. Because I know I'm gonna get the L. So initially I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the L. I'm not really going to. Unfortunately, isn't releasing the but that version of the low top is right
Yeah. Yeah.
with the white. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, the shoe's just grown on me to the point where I'm gonna feel it if I don't cop.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's also making me like the first colorway a lot more,
Hmm.
which is why I need to fucking buy this damn high,
Yeah.
bro. Like if I don't get it within the next 2 weeks, I think it's the ship will officially sail.
It's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, because the last sale on StockX was just like almost $1,800, so it's slowly going back to where it was about a
Hmm.
year ago, because that shoe took a fat dip
Hmm.
in value, and I don't know why. And then the unions came around and took some of that attention, and now the unions are more than the Travis Scott, which is what I put it what which is how I entered that room actually.
Mm.
talking about I don't understand why that is. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be that way, at least in my opinion. Um, so yeah, man, just love talking shoes and
Mhm.
Travis Scott's. So to wrap it up, I'm a fan of the Fragment collab,
Mhm.
and it looks quality as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a nice one for sure.
Yeah. So I'll only speak on the shoe itself, because I got the news of it when they posted it, so I don't know. So I didn't know much of the background on it, anything like that, the samples or anything like that. Well, it was 9484 sample. Nine, I think he said 94. Um, but anyways, 94. Uh, just the shoe overall, like my thoughts on it. I really like it actually.
Mhm.
Like a
Mhm.
lot, like I think everybody's kind of initial reaction in the room was like they don't like they're not a fan of it, and
Mhm.
but for me, I really like it. I like I think for me, I like Jordan, especially with Jordan ones, the royal blue with the black.
Mhm.
I think for me, I just love that. I love those colors together on the Jordan one. They just look great. And so the I for me, I like the fragment
Mhm.
look on it better than I like the Travis Scott one itself. And I think it's because I like the colorway a lot more. And that's just my opinion.
Okay.
But
It's a hot colorway, bro.
yeah.
It's. I'm curious to see how many, like, what are all the extra laces? Because I'm sure it's gonna be like four different color laces, and like pink and red didn't necessarily match up with the first Travis Scott, but it was
Mhm.
part of it. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
I'm I'm curious to see what color palette they go with.
oh, that was a good question. Yeah. I
Mhm.
wonder. Um but yeah, so for me, I like the shoe.
Mhm.
I want to see more of it. I've liked from what I've seen of it and everything I've looked at when it comes to details of it. Like you said, I think the quality is gonna be really good.
Mhm.
I don't think I I think this I don't I because I know because even the conversation we had, like how long these decisions make, but I wonder if maybe it was pushed up a little bit because of how the fragment threes did.
It, but that shoe surprisingly did bad
Yeah.
in terms of like, well, that shoe itself was kind of ugly.
That's what
Am I-
everybody's opinion on was. Yeah,
yeah, like
but
it
that's what I'm
was.
saying. Like, I wonder if that was a decision that was made because because I didn't see the threes. I didn't predict the threes doing as bad as they did,
Mhm.
being a fragment collab.
Well,
So
I think I think that just goes to show that, like, even a shoe that isn't like a hit
mhm,
can still be dictated by us.
yeah. So I think, well, then that's kind of like a small victory for us then, really.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, it was
hundred
just like,
percent.
yeah, we like there's like it being a fragment three does not make it a automatic $1,000 shoe. Like,
Exactly, and I think seeing the resale value is obviously a great example of that,
yeah.
and really just speaks to the fact that it's a fragment. That's the
Mhm,
only reason why it has resale value.
yeah. But yeah, so that's my thoughts.
Hmm.
And then lastly, I wanted to get your thoughts because you sent it to me. The on Sneaker Knockers actually was
Hmm.
the patent leather bred ones.
Yeah. And so I'm not gonna lie. About like 2 weeks ago, I wore my black and gold ones,
Mm,
and I got some creasing right away like that on the toe box, which is expected.
mhm,
But everywhere else, there's nothing at all, right? Like
yeah.
you can't even tell I wore the damn shoe.
Mhm,
Um, and when I got home, I wore it all day too, by the way. And I got home, I looked at it, I'm like, damn, man, I really sold my UNC the Chicago the patent leather pair
mm,
because I was so worried about what it would look like after being worn out.
mm.
And now that shoe's almost $500. Yeah, so and I sold that shoe for retail. I
Oh
sold it.
shit.
Yeah, I sold it for retail. I got it for retail and I sold it for retail.
Mm.
Um, but
Good karma. Getting good karma out
yeah,
there.
I hope, man. I hope. So I'm a little upset that I didn't hold on to it because the shoe surprisingly doesn't necessarily crease the way you may think.
Yeah,
So with that being said, the bread ones I'm getting 500 pairs,
500. Whew.
and I'm gonna sell 498 of them and keep two. Nah,
That's so
I know,
you're gonna be
but
able to retire on an island then
yeah,
at that point.
I'm actually trying to get the Epstein place out of foreclosure. It has some bad history, but I think I could turn it
What would you change
around.
the name to? Because it's always going to be considered pedophile island.
Yeah, but yeah, that actually wasn't a good business move right there, bro. I might have to just own it to make money from it, but not put my name
Make it like a
attached to
resort.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, because what? It's like a
And
couple
clearly
hours
all
off
the,
of
and
Miami.
clearly all the fucking Republicans are still gonna go there to get their resort in. So
Yeah, the
um,
relaxation.
yeah, so
Yeah,
mm, drink some blood and eat some skin or whatever they do to
yeah.
stay young. Whatever. Yeah,
They're definitely performing rituals
yeah,
on that
hundred
island.
percent, bro.
That's why all
No,
those
but
hurricanes come off of there.
but I definitely think that changed my approach on the shoe, and if I can, I might scoop up two pairs of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like this shoe.
Mhm.
When you said, I was like, oh, this is what.
Mhm.
I really like this shoe. I'm actually going to be with you. I'm gonna try to get at least 200.
Mhm.
I can't get to 500 because I don't want to take you out of business. So I'm gonna get
Yeah.
200.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep 100 of them though
Okay. Okay.
because I
Okay.
feel like 20 years from now I'm gonna be able to just go crazy like auction house.
Bro,
So
20 years from now, they probably look so cool with like actual cracking on the patent leather, like how the OGs look now.
you're gonna see them on the auction house. I'm gonna be
Mhm.
sitting there with my cowboy hat while
Okay.
people
You get Stephen A.
bid up
Smith on.
to 50K.
Okay. When he had his hat on and he got called by
Exactly, with the
by
cigar
Shaq.
and everything. Yep.
Oh yep.
No, I really like this shoe. I've been really into the patent leather ones and just like how they look and just like they're not. I think, and of course, this goes back to shit. What was that? What was the when did the first black and gold ones release? What was that?
2017, I believe,
Yeah, and then no,
which is the top threes,
yeah, and
the
like
top threes, and then the complex con ones too.
yeah. See, there you go.
So there's the general release version, and then the
Mm,
complex con ones. Those are actual mismatch.
yeah, and so I really like the material that they've been using on them, and so
Mm-hmm.
I've been slowly but surely kind of becoming more interested in them to the point where I'm actually looking like when information comes on them, I'm actually reading it, and I'm like,
Y'all gotta be careful.
let me
It sounds like Chris is trying to buy some ones, y'all.
once I get in this market, I'm I
Let him
hey
know. Let him know in the
hey
comments
hey
how
I'm an aggressive buyer, so
Let
just
him
know
know. Let him
I
know.
don't come to play. I'm a real sniper. Don't get me on
Oh,
eBay. Don't get me on
okay,
eBay
bro.
because mm, I'm wanted out here. Wanted curved sniper shots out here.
All right.
Y'all remember when
So
Angelito
you
Lee?
so you so you be bending bullets is what you're saying.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Remember,
So you saying
look
is
at the last scene of Wanted.
when you take it out your holster, you secretly let you shoot the bullet like right in this motion.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you just throw it out the gun and just
Mm.
okay, bro, I see you. I
But
see you.
the first couple times I
Physics.
accidentally threw the gun,
Okay,
so
all
it
right.
went with the gun. It was terrible. But
Okay.
I'm now
So do
I'm
you
clean with
practice
it.
with non like little rubber bullets?
Oh no, you can't. Why would you? You got
Well, I mean, you're
practice with.
throwing the gun.
But if you but LeBron doesn't practice on a non-regulation hoop.
So you're LeBron now.
Be game ready. Be game
Mm,
ready. So
okay.
I use real bullets because I need to know because what better way to practice than to know that if you miss you could possibly hurt somebody or yourself. So now it makes you more willing to get it on the first try. So
I see.
couple people lost legs, but we're not going to talk about that. We're just going now
Oh,
on the first one.
is that why your uncle has a peg leg?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bro.
He actually dared me and thought I wasn't going to be able to get it, and
Okay.
he's kind of taunting me, and so as I do it, it hits him in the back of the knee, and yeah,
Okay. Oh snap! The back
yeah,
of the knee,
back
dog.
of the knee. I
Damn.
caught him while he was walking, and it just right there, right in the back of the
Bro,
man. He
bro.
crumbled. He
Yeah,
crumbled.
of course. Fold like fucking lawn chairs, bro.
Man,
Dude,
man.
you're bro. What the fuck? I'm over here just I'm rattled now. Like,
this
okay,
this 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 made up story is really interesting now. Man,
yeah.
I'm
Over
invested.
here, yeah, dude. Over
Oh
here.
man.
God damn. Okay.
Nah, but yeah, nah, I might have to come out the shed on these. Y'all might have to see, y'all might see me in the field on
Okay.
these jobs. So
All right. You gonna rest you at the field real quick?
yeah, I gotta come
I
out,
had to.
warm up. I'm gonna keep the warm up shirt on, but I'm gonna take the pants off, and you're gonna see me stretching at the scorer's table,
Mm.
just so y'all know.
So you
Hey,
gonna come out like that one video where a couple years back where Cam Newton was looking at that little boy who hit the target, where the little boy was playing the QB and then he threw it like I don't know however many yards and he hit the target
mm,
and then Cam Newton was just like mad dogging him like oh shit this guy real as fuck little
yeah,
kid. That's gonna
I'm
be you. You're gonna be
that's
Cam Newton
I'm.
looking at the new generation buying all the shoes.
Oh no, I'm the kid hitting the target
Oh okay.
because now I'm being rejuvenated. I'm like Rob. I sat out a year, got super
Hmm.
high, all that stuff, but then came back and was like, yo,
I'm
I'm
about to win two Super Bowls back to
I'm
back.
this dude. I'm the dude right now.
Okay, okay.
And so yeah, but uh, y'all let me come outside. Y'all gonna regret it. But I for sure like these shoes, and I really like what I see so far.
Hmm.
So I will have these are rumored to release holiday 2021. So it's gonna be a wild time in 2021. Everybody's gonna be able to be outside, and then you dropping knees in the public. Oh, people gonna get hurt. People gonna get hurt. Mm. But yeah, so that's that is all for us. Um,
Bam.
any
Oh, I did want to say, like, the reason why I sent you that pick, this shoe though, in particular, because I also asked, like, do you think it's Nike pulling inspiration from Eric Kai and what he's doing because he also has patent leather versions of
hmm,
his shoes,
hmm,
um, and obviously people like them. So and obviously Nike is no fucking stranger to, or any other company for that matter, is no stranger, but Nike in particular, no stranger to stealing these custom colorways from
yeah.
customizers and other people.
So hey, not so. Wait, were you there when they were talking about customs?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. So that was one of those things where it's like, do we think?
No, bro. There's no debate. Like it's a bootleg. Like by definition, the shoe's a bootleg,
Yeah.
and bootleg is not real,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's black and white. And customizing is also black and white. In turn, like
Yeah.
if you're a customizer, um, so like okay, so if you're a customizer, you use a real shoe, you customize it, blah blah blah. It's a custom.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a customizer who uses a blueprint of a design and you build your own Air Jordan 1 with ostrich or whatever the fuck that may
Mm-hmm.
be, some people will say that it's a bespoke,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically like the baller ass version of
Yeah.
someone making a custom.
Yeah.
Um, and then some people will say that it's a bootleg. Uh, and the bootleg portion isn't necessarily wrong because a bootleg portion you would call people like Erkai, you would call people like Warren Lottos, and
Mm-hmm.
all those other brands as bootleggers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's kind of sucks when we give positive connotation to a bespoke and negative to a bootleg
Mm-hmm.
when they're essentially the same thing. Um, but yeah, there's different levels to how we interpret this,
Okay.
and not everyone is on the same page.
Okay.
Clearly not, because these
No.
Air Kais keep selling out. Which I had someone hit me up and be like, "Yo, should I buy these?" And I literally called them right away.
Oh, you called them.
I shit you not, bro.
You call, bro.
They hit me a link. They said, "Hey, what do you think about these? This is how much you want. Should I buy them?" I called them right away and I was like, "Hey, bro, I don't know shit about that shoe." All right. I was like, I don't follow that shoe. I don't know what retail is. I don't know what people are willing to pay.
What was it? What were they
Um,
selling for though?
it 350 for the New York pair, the white and orange pair.
Mm.
And from what my friend says, he bought other shoes from that same guy, but when they met up, he was really pushing to sell the Air Kai,
Mm.
because I can only imagine that it's a flop for a reseller.
Oh,
It's
of
a
course.
it's paperweight,
They're sitting.
It's a retailer bust.
Mm-hmm.
So uh yeah, man, I told my father, I was like, bro, I don't like that shoe. Like, please don't ever ask me about that shoe, because
Yeah.
I don't register it. Um, and I know I sound hella harsh, and I know some people will think of my opinion as too aggressive
Mm-hmm.
or too maybe even closed minded.
Gabe, too
Yeah,
aggressive. Oh,
yeah, but I just don't like the damn shoe, yo. And yeah, it's just
no.
not when it's a copy paste template, bro,
Yeah.
on the website,
You
or
take the
that anyone.
flight logo off and just put revenge. No, we're
Mm-hmm.
not doing that. No.
Yeah. So nah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, man, I didn't want to forget to mention that, because I think that was a crucial part of that conversation itself
Yeah.
and why I sent it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm
I'm,
thankful, I guess, that they're doing it,
yeah.
because we don't have to see these fucking patent leather air kais all over the place.
These bootleggers are literally lighting a fire under Jordan's ass, and now they're rolling out the big guns. Like, oh, okay, so y'all doing that? Okay, yeah, we can do that too. We can do it better though.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she's well. I'm gonna get us out of here. That
Alrighty,
was a great
yo.
conversation.
It's that dinner time.
Man, I'm starving. This little bastard right here is hungry as well. I know it. So I'm gonna get him outside too.
All
But
right.
I want to thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for all our listeners, everybody that listened. I know you guys got to listen to a lot of conversations, so thank you guys for listening. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, with that ending, I want to say my name is Chris. This is Gabe. Please make sure that you guys follow us on social media, as well as
Follow us on Clubhouse too, yo. Like, we've never said
yo,
that,
follow us on
but
Clubhouse. Follow us
yeah,
on Clubhouse. Follow us on Twitter. Yo,
yeah,
we be talking.
yeah,
We be in these
yeah,
conversations.
definitely trying to, um, yeah. I
Yeah.
just I can't imagine. I can't wait until, like, we just naturally plug in the podcast when we're in these rooms,
Hmm.
and like some people be familiar to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
So make sure you guys follow us on here, follow us on Clubhouse, follow us on Twitter.
Get on
Uh,
the bandwagon now while we cheap.
bro, I'm
While we
telling you,
cheap.
the price is gonna go up. Our stock is going up. So get us now. People understand what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Once the people, like once the right people start understanding,
It's right.
we're gone.
It's all downhill from there,
We're out of here.
in terms of like the effort to blow up is automatic at
We're
that point.
we're
Yeah.
once the right people
Hmm.
here. So make sure y'all follow us. Get your voice in now. So
Hmm.
because
Pay
yo
me $10 to sign whatever you want now, bro, because it's gonna be 20.
it's 20K.
Oh shit.
20K. 20K to sign.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Get us now.
Show me the
Um
dotted line right here, right now.
but make sure you guys follow us on Unlaced X podcast as well as Unlaced X threads.
Yes, yes.
Um, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. If you guys are
Mm-hmm.
listening now, just press the subscribe button. That's
I
really
gotta do, bro.
subscribe button,
Effortless.
like button. If you got to this point, that means that you like hearing us. So
Mm-hmm.
like, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on the patent leather
Yeah.
bread ones.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know how you guys what you guys feel about the Travis Scott Fragment collab
Yeah.
Jordan ones. Let us know what you guys think about Soul Savvy and Sneaker Knockers. Let us know what other platforms you guys are using. And yeah, talk with us. We're here to talk. We like talking, as you can tell.
Hmm.
Any updates do you want to give them on the clothing line right now, or do you want to
Um,
just let them
well,
wonder?
by the time they hear this, and like by the time this episode is out, we might have stuff in hand. So I don't really know, but we're if you've been keeping up with episodes every week, little by little, and now we're at the one where like,
We're
oh
giving
shit,
you nuggets
yeah,
every point.
yeah,
So make sure you guys do that. Make sure you guys check us out. Unlaced.family is the website.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
make sure you guys keep there. Get any updates.
Hit
All
the
that
tabs
stuff.
now, add it to your favorites, and then
Please,
when
please.
stuff drops, just hit it and
We're
then
not
check out.
hearing the yo, do y'all still got a size in this? No.
Mm-hmm,
If it's not there, we don't got it.
mm-hmm,
No, we ain't got it in the closet. No, we don't backdoor.
mm-hmm.
What is on the site, that's on the site. If you
Yeah,
miss it,
it's gone.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't we can't do nothing for you.
We literally just put everything that we have and we let it play out, and
We don't we
sometimes stuff goes in a day, sometimes it goes in three, and
I don't want
that's
to
what it
get
is.
I'm not trying to get the yo, I get paid on Friday. Can y'all hold no hey,
Mm-mm.
letting y'all know now. Have your money ready.
Hey, save some of that stimmy. Like that's all you gotta do, man. Y'all got the stimmy.
Save them Joe Bucks. That's all you gotta
Yeah,
do.
y'all really. I want no excuses because I know y'all got some Joe Bucks.
If y'all, I'd better not hear because I don't want to talk on none of y'all pockets, but I know none of y'all making 90K, so I know y'all got the STEMI.
Yes, and I know
So
some of y'all got kids too. Y'all got more stimmy.
get
Uh,
them something they can grow into. Don't hey,
hey, share some of that money on your kids, man.
mhm.
You
I don't want to hear
fucking
y'all saying, "Yo, can y'all hold this till I get paid?" I don't want to hear it.
yeah. I don't want to, and I'm tired of seeing your damn Snapchat stories or I mean your IG stories. Y'all going out every day. We still in the pandemic with your half vaccinated asses going out there. All right, okay. I'm tired of it.
Are we getting when they open up Inside Down? Are we going out to dinner?
Bro,
I'll take that as a no.
man, I be seeing too many people out there, yo, and man, whatever. Fuck this government that we in that don't do
This
nothing.
is
Come on, we
this,
out of here now before we
yeah.
get flagged.
Hey, before they start tagging COVID stuff
Yeah,
to our thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, jeez. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining us. Please check us out. Check out last week's episode as well as last week's Gas or Pass.
Yep, yep.
Um, yeah, check all that out. We'll give you any information. Kovu banging his thing on the bowl is an indication. We're out of here. Wear your shoes.
Uh, cut.